Hello, everybody. How are you
Hello.
today? How you going, Tracey?
Good. How are you?
Oh, excellent, excellent. Welcome everyone to tonight's show. We have for you on Soul Focus. We have Tracey Hillier here, known as Heavenly Flow, on our page. She is an energy healer. She makes tinctures. She works a lot with energy. She's a reader. She does just about everything. So I thought I'd bring her on the show. How was your day, Tracey?
Good. Pretty good. Picked up a couple extra shifts at work.
Okay. Good shifts.
Money, money, money. Always good.
That's it. You know, you got to do those things to let the universe give you some abundance. It doesn't always happen by itself.
No.
No, it doesn't. Well, everyone, a question, Tracey, that I ask everyone when they come on the show is just basically quickly tell us people what you do, what your specialties are, just in a summary.
Okay. I'm my main thing I do is healing. I'm an intuitive reader. I read. I do a bit of mediumship as well. I'm training to do trance mediumship at the minute with the beautiful Katrina's offered to mentor me in my last bit that I'm struggling with. What else do? I make tinctures, essential oils. I'm an artist. I paint.
Wow.
I do acrylic painting, and I do resin art. I do lots of things. I write.
I know. I've seen some of your work. It's beautiful, and the dragon eyes. I love your dragon eyes. They're really good. You've got
Me and
an
eyes. Me and eyes.
yeah. It's the window to the soul, they say.
First thing I ever saw when I awakened, when I started meditating, was just eyes, single eyes everywhere.
Oh, that's awesome.
And now I paint them.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Carly. Hey, Jen.
Do you sell any of your art?
I do. Occasionally, when I can let it go, I normally give it away.
Yeah.
Or keep it.
I keep it. That one's too good. I know what it's like. You do something really good, it's like, oh, I don't want to give it away. I want to keep it for myself.
I know. It's all right if you give them to friends and family because you get to see them still.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yep. One thing I want to ask you is when we get people on the show is, can you tell us a bit about what led you to your awakening and when you become aware?
I became aware of my awakening when I had a near-death experience, and without going into that, I was in hospital and had to have emergency blood transfusions and actually thought I was going to die at that point, and I accepted it in about 5 minutes. But throughout the transfusion, I was taken to the void, to the black. And if something brought me back, I would just, nope. And I wasn't doing it myself. I was just getting taken there. Yeah.
So what do you mean by the void, the black?
I do it when I meditate a lot as well. It's just this, I don't know what happens there. I don't remember there. It's just black. There's no memory of anything. It's just somewhere I go. I've been told it's where you go for that deep healing. So I'll meditate. I'll do a guided meditation. Like, I want to do inner child today. And you get there and you get all in the zone and you get in that nice gooey place, and then I'm gone. And then the meditation person that's talking will say, and we're going to come back, and I'll go, hello. Every time I come back, I have been asleep. I know I have been asleep. I don't know where it is. Yeah, that was the beginning.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I started, then I broke my back shortly after that. I had a breast reduction. I had very big boobs. So, of course, my center of balance went off, and then I had a back injury that I knew I had, and one thing led to another, and I ended up in bed for months and then had to learn to walk again. So during that time, I meditated 3-4 times every day. I practiced. I used to, not that I knew what any sort of healing was, but because I had nerve pain. I don't know if anyone's ever had nerve pain. I had nerve pain when I used to feel like the sole of my foot was hitting the wall. And I used to sit there and focus on my foot, and in the end, I used to be able to make it go away for 5, 10, if I was lucky, minutes, and then it'd come back. But I used to sit there and just focus doing it all the time. And so then I started looking at what that was, and then my journey began. But So I always say that was then, and I think I always say it's 2 years ago. It was actually probably about 3 years ago.
Yep.
But when I look back on Facebook post memories come up, I go, nah, I was awakening from the minute I left my partner of 27 years. I just didn't know it. Yeah.
It's like that, isn't it?
Yeah. So
just soul search.
I think that was, 2014 I left him. So, yeah, things started changing then.
So it really was the best thing that ever happened to you.
It was, in many ways.
Sorry, guys.
Hey, I've got 2 beautiful kids.
Yep. Oh, they are beautiful.
To release.
Yep. So when you said you were meditating a lot when you first started awakening, what were you doing? Were you doing guided meditation, or did you just
all guided? Yep. All guided meditations. Yeah, I couldn't quiet my monkey mind enough to do it by myself, and to this day, I don't really meditate without them. Really, don't very often do that. When I do that sort of stuff, it's when I'm doing other sort of work.
Okay.
I just like guided. Yeah.
Yep. No, I just play music. When, as you say, like when you need to do, like you were talking to earlier before about doing child regression healing, and that I'll use guided. But just generally music. Just to, it's nice to have something just to occupy the mind slightly.
And I think if I go into the darkness and there's no one to pull me back out, I may stay there. Who knows? How long I'll be there? I'll be there all day until I finally come back. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, at least you get some quiet time, some peace out.
I do.
So early on in your spiritual walk, apart from the meditation, was there anything else that you were doing? Did you have any teachers around or anything like that to guide you?
First person I ever followed was Clairvoyant Becca.
Yep.
And then I got into her little VIP, it's not little, a big VIP group.
Yep.
And learnt stacks and stacks. And she'd give us little readings and help us along our way. So that was pretty good. And then I found Tim.
Yep. Tim Doyle.
Yeah. And I did mediumship with him every Saturday night for about over a year. So
you were straight into it when you were woken?
Yeah, pretty much. Young and Aries, mate. I study into everything.
So how did you go about your study? Was it just books or?
At first it was just books and more online stuff. I was looking for everything online. Then I went through the book thing. And then I found Udemy. I don't know how I found it. I did a Reiki course with Angela McGowan.
Yep.
And when I finished, I wasn't resonating with it and I didn't feel confident in it. So I went and did another full-on one and got my Reiki Masters. Still didn't resonate with it and still to this day don't. But I learnt stacks through it. So then I did a few other healing courses. But my healing, I get guided what to do. It just comes. I just go with the flow. You get a good base, something to work from, and then you just go with whatever comes for you. So.
Okay. So when you got into healing Reiki, when you started doing training Reiki and doing that, where did you go from there? Did you start studying other forms of healing, or did you just?
I've done a couple of just energy healing courses.
Yep.
Yep. Don't ask me who they're through. I'll have to go on my phone to tell you. I just want to do my own thing. My own thing, it works. Yeah. When I was doing the mediumship with Tim, I found out that I was a trance medium and that I'll probably do medical mediumship at some point in my life if I live long enough to get that far. So I started listening to my guides and everyone was telling me, never bring the energy to you.
Yep.
Don't do that. When I heal, I bring the energy to me and I wrap my wings around inside my energetic field and then I see. So that's how I heal. That's how I'm comfortable. I've never had a problem releasing the energy. I don't get a problem with that. Probably not something I recommend everyone to do, but.
So why do you think they told you to do that?
Because I don't really know. I've always guessed it's because that's the way I'm going to heal. I need to be able to see. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I get shown inside their brain of things. I've seen blood clots in brains. I've seen, black spots in lungs. I've seen parts of the inside of people's body pulled out and stuck in stitching from surgeries, and I've seen all sorts of stuff. I don't believe I would see that because I'm not clairvoyant. So I don't believe I'd see that. I'm not clairvoyant per se. So, yeah.
Wow. Can you, you said you did trance mediumship. And can you just explain to people the difference of some of the mediumships that you do? What they are?
Oh. Okay, so from what I've ascertained, clairvoyance is going to someone else's energy and reading that energy. And when you get very good in that, you can actually run up and down, because they're Akashics are within them. You can run up and down that Akashic timeline into the past, the present, and the future, and pull things out of that, like moments, whatever you want to call it, out of there, and do that and read that. So that's where you get your clairvoyance and your seers and things. And then mediumship is the opposite. It's going within and connecting to spirit, guides, angels, star beings, whatever. And then trance mediumship is more when you allow spirit to come in through you, and then you get direct voice mediumship, which is where they will speak through you, and then you get into the whole magnoplasm sort of stuff. So one's sort of pushing out and one's the opposite going in. So one's very active mind, the other's very quiet mind.
When just going back to when your early spiritual walk, was there any family members around that had any gifts that you were aware of, or did it run in the family?
It does now, but not that I knew of then.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So my son's a massive empath and a healer. And my daughter, and probably many other things to come. And my son can look at a photo. He went on and started going on dating sites. He'd look on a photo and he'd just go, Mom. He could see every experience they'd have. He knew who had bad experiences that he just knew after he woke up. So he's sort of semi-awake, my son. He's just starting his journey.
Okay. That's so awesome.
My daughter was born with gifts that used to blow our minds, and then she shut it down. And,
wow.
She's gonna be clairvoyant, a seer. So I'm blessed with two very gorgeous children.
Yeah, I met them. They are gorgeous. They are. So prior to your awakening, did you have any experiences or any spiritual gifts that came into being?
Before I woke up? No, I've just been really intuitive. I've always known when I'm talking to people who likes me and who doesn't like me. I know when people are being polite.
Yep.
I know I could always walk into a room, and I don't know whether I was reading body language or intuition. I don't know what it was, but I used to sit there and know who likes who, and then I'd be introduced to a husband and wife, and I'd go, oh. Pretty full on funky energy going on between those two. Always been able to know that. Always, and it's not always nice to know that stuff, and it's not nice to know people that don't like you. But I'm pretty loud and out there. Always have been. So yeah, it's not nice when you know people are just enduring you because you're part of a group of friends and that. But yeah,
you get that.
It's just the way it is.
So when you started studying, you got into healing, you were saying. What sort of healing, when you did Reiki and
then just a couple of energy healing courses.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you what was your sort of style when you first started healing? How would you do it?
I'd just connect the energy. I've always pulled the energy to me, but Tim helped me a lot with that as well, my mediumship coach, because he knew where I was going. So he helped me a lot with that. Yeah. So what are you asking? What do you want to know?
Okay. Well, I was just wondering how do you develop that skill? as a
Oh.
healing and energy. So how
I
how
don't
would one go?
know. And breath. I use a lot of breath. Start doing a lot of breath work. I have a big thing about pushing and pulling energy. I've always been able to just push and pull energy, and you can feel your vibration come up and up and up as you do it.
Yep.
That's a really good way to sort of learn your strength, I guess. I don't know. I've never taught anyone stuff like that.
So can you explain to us how you push and pull energy?
I just use my breath. I use my hands as
Yep.
well. It's a real push and pull thing for me. If we're calling on someone that we don't know out somewhere, we did that. Me and Carly did that. We went and sat down and did that down at the Whispering Wall, and pulled spirit in doing that. It's just heart space for me. Just settle in. I just center myself, ground, open my heart, and I'll just start pushing and pulling the energy and see what's happening and what's coming. But healing is more I connect to someone and I'll ask my guides, I'll call in my team, and then I will I always call in the guide of the person that I'm doing the healing for, and I'll always ask them to allow this healing to come through. I generally don't heal people that haven't asked, but if I occasionally do, I will, with like my clients and things, I will ask their guide. I'll call them in and ask them to let them receive this. Then I'll ask my guides to bring me their energy, and I will just sit in myself and I'll wait for their energy to pop in, which it always does. And then when it pops in, then that's when I will enclose it round, and then I just wait for the vision of it to come, and then I get the vision of them, and then I do my healing on that. Peter taught me to heal with a thought and connect with a thought, which was really handy, made things a lot quicker. So just doing it all with pure intention and vision, and that was sending out to heal without pulling them in. And I did that for a while. It worked really well, but it's not me. So I've just gone back to my way. I'm comfortable the way I've been shown. So within myself.
Have you got any
yes
stories? Have you got any stories that you'd like to share about?
You know most of my stories. I wonder what you hear. People are going to think I'm a nut job now.
Because you do a lot of practice in the car, don't you, with energy work in the car?
I drive a lot for work, and home's busy, so my car's where I get all my downloads. I get all my information. I get very strange happenings in my car. I can have time slow down. I can.
Tell us about that.
All right, so I'm driving to work, and I'm driving down Nangita Road. It's a 100-kilometre road. Driving to Aldinga, and I'm turning down the road, and I always at that point, I always am very, very aware of the gap and the nothing between me and whatever I'm looking at. So if I'm outside, I live in the country. If I'm sitting out there and I'm looking at the trees, I'm very aware of, even though I'm looking at the tree, I've always been very aware of that space between me and the tree. That space. And that's the space where I feel like I go when I go to the black. It's similar sort of thing for me. The feeling of it, it's very similar. It's just that vastness. And then I won't go into my beliefs on that. But so I'm driving along this road, doing what I do, opening my heart, and I push and pull energy, and I push it to everything, to the trees, to the flowers, to the waterways, to the animals. I do that all the time when I'm driving. It's just my little thing I do. And then I'm going down the road, and all of a sudden I'm doing 100 Ks, and all of a sudden I'm at not much more than a walking pace. And I'm just like, ooh, I look at the thing, 100 Ks. I'm like, this is different. And then I get spirit love coming. And anyone that's had spirit love knows it's just, you cry. It's joyous. It's beautiful. So you're just like, oh, melt in it. And then I howled. I cried and I cried. It came from my I was sitting in the chair, from my butt, emotional, like a tidal wave straight up. I don't know what they're helping me release to this day, but I cried for ages and I howled like a dog with a broken leg. Yeah. And then when that stopped, all of a sudden I just understood the way everything was. I can't explain it. It was like I was in the car and I wasn't in the car. I looked at the tree And I went, geez, everything's bright. And as I did that, the tree came back at me and I felt the tree's energy. And I'm just like, whoa, wow, that's gorgeous. I'm crying because it's all so beautiful. So then I'm driving along and I'm looking at everything and I'm connecting with everything and then feeling it come back at me. That's strong, that's weaker, that's soft, that's... They're all different. And then where I live, I did not long come back from Tasmania, which is luscious and green and gorgeous. Where I live is very dry. And I was really sad that where I live is for 9 months of the year, like arid and dry. So I'm looking at all the dry, oaty, wild oats type grass on the side of the road, thinking, energy in that because it's dead, So I looked at that, nothing. But then I got all the seeds in the ground, millions of seeds in the ground, and I could feel their little energy, and I'm just like, oh my God. And then I realized the circle of life with the dead grass, and that they're not really dead and they're still connected to the grass because it's still, anyway. This all was going through my head. I drove slow down that whole road and I drove in that state of, I don't even know what that state is that I was in, that bliss, all the way. And I cried with joy pretty well the whole way to Aldinga, and I pulled up around the corner from my client's house. It was a child, could not see me in that state, and had to, much to my horror, ask for it to be removed, and it was removed. But to this day forward, I can connect with plants and feel them. And I taught my grandson to do that when he was in hospital and we went outside. And he did it, and he just looked at me and his eyes went like big saucers. He's just like, oh, no, I felt it. And so, he's my little boy. He's gonna follow me. So,
are you a green thumb at all?
No.
Okay.
No, where I live, I live on the flat plains. It's really windy. I'm put you in if you survive. Great. If you don't, something else will go in. I'm not sentimental with my plants, which I probably should be, but I'm not. I'm a bit better with my indoor plants, and I do love my plants, my ferner in that, but not out in the farm. It's too hard. Yeah.
So when you you do you make all sorts of things too, like tinctures, and
I do.
Can you tell us about that?
Okay, so I make essential oil products. So I make massage oils. I make the little rollers, little personal oil rollers, and little mini sprays, little aura sprays and things. I make them. I use oils for what I'm doing, and then I use matching crystals. Everything's cleansed and cleaned, and I program all the crystals, and then I infuse all the oils with my energy and my love. If I know who it's going to, I do it personally. What else do? I do big bottles, little bottles, everything. And then I started getting into the herbs because my son needed help, which medications weren't helping. So I started researching herbs, and now I do herbal tinctures, and I just make heaps of them. And again, when I'm driving, something will come and I'll know what I got to do and I know what I got to use. So I just do it.
Okay, and, so it just comes to you.
Yeah, so I sell my anxiety mix. Gosh, I sell that I send that to America. I think I sent it to 2 people in America. One lady I ended up sending a huge bottle, so I didn't have to keep sending. And it works. It changed their life. There are no more panic attacks, no more anxiety. It just takes the edge off of all that for you. It helps you move forward. So my son he's not cured by no means of his, but his was he was almost agoraphobic, so he was agoraphobic.
Yep.
Bad.
So
now
what happened?
Go anyway.
What happened with the tincture when you gave him the tincture? How did that affect him?
Nothing. He just woke up and said he feels heaps calmer, and then each day it got better, and then he was on it for a while, and then once he was stable, we just took the dose right back. He can go about, I think he went 6 weeks, I think he said, and without having it, didn't tell me, and then he started getting anxious and anxiety again. So
okay,
that was severe anxiety.
So your main thing's healing. What do you so you've sort of developed your own freestyle as per se. Can you talk us through what you do this day and age to do healing? Because you were talking about getting visions and all that, and I'm just wondering if you could tell some of the people. That sounds amazing.
Okay, so I do an angelic
What
healing.
What is the angelic healing?
So the angelic healing's bringing in the 4 watchtower angels. So Archangel Raphael, Gabriel, Uriel, and Michael.
Yep.
North, south, east, west. Yep. And they heal on the emotional, physical, spiritual, and physical. Does that? Yeah. Planes. I don't control that healing. I facilitate that healing. So I set space, and there's a lot of things we do to bring the vibration up in that place. So we raise pillars, the crystalline grids. We bring the golden flame in. We connect with the angelic realm. And when that's all set, and I call in each of the angels and any other with like special words, and then I invite any other high vibrational ancestors or beings that would like to come and help.
Yep.
And then I sit. I literally sit, and that remotely or what it's as if they're here. I sit, and that as that goes through, that I get visions. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do. Usually I do. I'll get something.
What sort of visions?
I've had someone's mother and I don't know, partner, I think you could say, come through. Yep. I've had horses galloping past with cowboys. I've had lots of weird things come through that are relevant for the people. They're not relevant to me. Just whatever I see, I just tell them after they tell me how they're feeling.
Yep.
Most people, the experiences that people have had when I'm giving angelics can range from, have one person who's in here, astral traveled for the first time everywhere.
Wow.
Went up, met, all sorts of people and things, saw things. Other people just go to sleep. A lot of people will go to sleep and just feel really, really light and free afterwards. It just releases a lot of stuff. Yeah, so that what happens is different for everyone.
Yeah, I remember
most people see colours and lights and stuff. Yeah.
Yep. I remember I had one. You gave me an angelic healing when I first met you.
Did I?
And that was interesting because I remember you starting, and I put the music on. I lay back and close my eyes and just get relaxed.
Yeah.
And then I'm listening to the music, and then 5 minutes later you said, "We're done." And I'm like, was that? Because it was like a 40-minute session. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, and because I knew that, I know what it's like when you fall asleep.
Yeah.
And I didn't fall asleep, and not because you usually when you nod, you come back and you know. Yeah, and I'm just like there, and I'm just like, holy crap! That just 40 minutes just went like that.
Yeah.
And man, I felt light. I felt buzzy.
Yeah.
It was good.
Angel's a cracker. Yeah.
So after
he outed himself. Adam. Adam was my astral traveling man. Hey, I don't take responsibility for the shagging bit, dude. Adam.
So, do you still do angel healing?
Yeah, I did one last night.
Oh, okay.
I haven't done one for ages before that, though.
That is rather recent.
Yes.
So, what do you, when you do healing now, what's your typical way you'll go about it?
If I'm doing healing now, I basically what I told you before, I call in my guides. I have a lady called Susie and Isaiah, and I also have Jesus that helps me when I do my healing. They're my guides for healing, so I'll call them in. Some healings lately I'm finding with the newest thing that I've just suddenly started doing when I'm healing is I'll call them in to help me with the connection and to basically hook me up as such. But then when I open my crown, I then call to source and I ask for source energy to flow through, and I feel it come. That's pretty cool. Yeah. I'm blessed with my healing.
Are you available for healing on your page?
I'm always available for healing. I heal in the way.
Oh, well, there you go, people.
It's what I do. I just heal. I heal people I don't know sometimes.
I know that you do healing, group healing with people sometimes.
Ah, yes, we've done that. Yes, we did. We did.
And you facilitate the actual healing, like you act as the connector.
I pull all our energies together. I link us up. I don't know where that came from either. That was just something I was called to do when we did a healing one day. And I sat and used my intention and visioned it, and it worked. So, and when you're with two other healers and you do that, you're the vibration, the energy just goes whoosh, and all of you feel it. It's just like it's like it ignites. It's like each one of us has all three's energy. It's pretty powerful. I call them little Trinity healing. I don't know what they would be called though. That's just what I call them, little Trinity healings. So yeah, they're nice.
Have you had any stories or results that you want to share with your Trinity healing?
I reckon the best one comes from you, so you could probably state that one better than me.
What one?
With your mum.
Oh, yeah. Tell us about. Yeah, you did.
With Brad and Carly and myself. Did that for Brooke's mum. Brooke's mum had just had a stroke and was taken, correct me if I'm wrong, taken by an ambulance to hospital when Brooke rang us. And we didn't know what to do. And that was the first time we ever connected up energies into a three-way healing.
Yep.
And we did that remotely, all in our own homes. And we sent the healing. We all had totally different experiences because we all healed differently. We all had really vivid healings. They were all very vivid picture type of healings. I recall I was at that point, I was just starting to do body scans without meaning to do them. I was just being shown body scans.
Yep.
Another reason that I bring the energy in. And so we connected up to Brooke's mum, and I was shown her brain, and I could see the bleed in her brain was like a little black pea. So I just asked or directed, whatever you want to do, into that, and I just watched that dissolve. But then I was pulled down to her lungs, and I could see she had a lot of black stuff in her lungs. So I started dissolving all that, and as I was dissolving that, I could see all the fluid like pooling in the bottom of her lungs. So I was literally scooping and flicking it out. I don't know why. It sounds ridiculous, but I was scooping and flicking, and I went on doing that for ages until it was gone. And then I was drawn to her heart. I didn't see anything in her heart, but I knew I was to give her heart some love. So I gave some healing to her heart, and that was that for me. Carly and Brad should probably tell their own versions of what happened for that, but they had totally different, but as amazingly remarkable visual healings as well. So, and then you rang the next morning and said she'd had some more tests, and she was going home. So that was really
She's always happy to go home. She hates hospital.
Yeah,
it just drives her nuts. You know, you like to be around your own surroundings. So if you were anyone in the audience was sort of learning healing or wanted to get into that sort of thing or develop that as a skill, what sort of advice could you give them? You know, where to go, what to do, that sort of thing?
I would suggest to whatever sort of healing you're drawn to, or even whatever healing that you know of, I would suggest going and doing a course on that. And it doesn't have to be an expensive course. Go on Udemy, wait till they have a sale, you'll get it for like $20. But go and do a course and start learning, and you'll find that you'll move away from that original style of healing. You'll find other things that will appeal, and you'll go learn more and more, and you will travel. And as you do, you'll grow. But healing's a beautiful thing. It's my favorite thing of everything I do. It's the thing that I just do as part of my life. I heal the trees. I heal the world. If I see someone sad, I'll just walk next to them and I'll push my energetic bubble over them, you know. I'll just push my aura over people sometimes, the people I don't know, just because I can feel they're sad.
Yep.
Yeah. When
sad.
I work with people, And when I work with people, I do the same thing. I just lift their energy. If I can't heal them, that's what I do. That's a beautiful thing to be able to do. And it's a beautiful thing to work with people and do that and find that after your hour or 3 hour shift, they've completely turned around. You know, they're feeling really good, and you're just sort of like, thank you. Yeah.
It's funny, isn't it? Like, you do a heap of healing on certain people. Some people are like, yeah, nothing, and then other people are like, wow, and they feel it.
Yeah,
and they just
I used to get worried about that at first. I used to worry that, like, oh, I'm hit and miss. Sometimes it's working. And I used to say to my guides, I'm not going to do this if it's only going to be hit and miss. If I'm going to do it, it's got to work. I was very adamant about that.
Yep.
And I got, some people aren't meant to be healed. Some people, as horrible as it is, need to learn the lessons. They've agreed to endure this, to learn as part of their journey. And it's not for us to change it. So when you heal someone and they don't heal, don't ever feel bad. Just understand that is the way it is. Not everyone can be healed.
Yep.
Not everyone's meant to be healed. Some people are meant to get sick, and fortunately, some people are meant to pass. And you could help, but you can't. They won't let you. It's not yours to carry either. It's just the way it is.
So there's definitely a divine energy at play there.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
But when that sort of happens, do you get told not to heal them, or do you just continue to do it and just let the universe sort it out?
I used to heal everyone that asked me, and I used to heal everyone that I heal everyone that I felt, which being an empath's really not a good idea. But now I just know who I do and who I don't. I'm drawn to people. If I'm not drawn to someone, I don't offer. I just don't. I just know better these days.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, you're available,
Adam.
So yeah.
Could I answer Adam's question?
Yeah.
Yeah, is that all right? Absolutely, Adam. My belief, everyone's belief is different. Just because I say it doesn't mean it's true for everyone. But I believe I broke my back to wake up. Everyone says how horrendous. I say it was the biggest blessing of my life. I'm still not 100%, and I'm never going to be able to do the things I used to do, but I am so much happier now. It woke me up. It gave me the time to do the study. I studied social services as well at the same time as I was waking up and doing all my other study. I set myself a whole new career path. Like, my life changed, and I would never take that broken back away or the pain that went with it, because it was, and I believe we choose to do it. Sometimes you choose to be sick because there's lessons to be learned, and sometimes the lessons aren't ours. Sometimes they're for us, but sometimes they're for the people around us. They're lessons they need to learn.
So to take one for the team, so to speak.
Basically, yes.
Thanks, universe.
And if everyone's really, really honest, the most traumatic events in your life are the events that usually make you grow the most. They teach you so much empathy and compassion, and or even the opposite. They can teach you about anger, and all that's the dark side of yourself. And you need to know both sides.
Yep.
So sometimes the worst things that happen are the best things that happen for us. We just don't see it at the time.
So if you had to go back to when you first awoken, would there be any advice that you'd give to yourself?
Trust things more, go with the flow more. Don't try and control everything. I'm a Aries. I like to know everything, and I used to love to control everything. And be prepared for patience. Patience is the biggest thing you're going to learn. And you'll hate the word patience in the end. I come up with a reading and it says patience, and I internally roll my eyes. Oh, dear Lord, now I've got to tell somebody that, or someone tells me that in a reading. I go, yeah, I'm the patience queen these days. Yeah, me and Carly, patience. Oh. Trust in the universe. Everything as it should be. What's meant for you will never pass you by. Have patience.
Well, that's it.
Yes, Adam.
Yes, patience. If we don't, we stress less when we gain patience. We definitely stress less. That's for sure.
Adam says, I believe we also heal ourselves with belief from a healer. I do too. But when someone's healing you, I love you, Lenore. When I heal, like when I'm sending someone a healing, I'm not actually healing you. I'm just holding space and helping your body to heal itself. I don't do the healing. You do the healing. We are all beings that are able to heal ourselves. not everyone's in the position that they can do that yet. So a healer will just facilitate the healing. They don't do it. So a healer isn't someone that can do that as such. Did that make sense?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
Yep. I'm from the same school. I guess many people are from the same school. Would you like to answer some questions from the audience at the moment?
Sure. If I can.
Okay. Well, we'll bring assistant on, Rising of the Phoenix, Carly Wiley, and she's got some questions for you from the audience.
Hello,
Carly.
I've been sitting in the back. Sorry, I have to interact. Okay, so Darth M. Goat from Twitch. I don't know if he or she's still here. What does Tracey think of? Oh gosh, I can't read my writing. Wim Hof breathing method.
I have no idea what Wim Hof breathing method is.
No, as I was writing it, I'm like, I should have Googled it. There you are. Thank you.
It's very good. It's very good, Wim Hof's.
There you go. Brookie, you
is that type?
No, that's sonar, isn't it?
The shallow breathing. Oh no, I'm saying fire.
He does a breathing method, and it helps to oxygenate your blood.
That is
and alkaline, and then he can withstand. He has the ability to like swim underwater
in the ice
for extremely long bits of time. He's the breathing guy to go to. And the cold showers, all that stuff works. He's the real deal with Wim Hof.
Oh yeah, I know. Okay, yeah, I know the one now. Hello, everyone.
Do you have any more questions?
Yeah, sorry, one more. Sorry, I get really excited. Michelle asked, does anyone use tetragrammatrons to meditate?
No.
Tetragrammatrons to meditate. Is that like theta waves type thing? Is that what you're asking? Theta.
What is that, Michelle?
Man, I should have been on Google. Hey. Hey, Google. Oh, 222. Oh, God, my Google came up. Hey, Google.
So, what other questions have we got?
That was it.
Is that it?
Can you swap positions?
No other questions?
Geometrical pattern. No, that was it.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I did get that, Maggie. That one's right up the top. How do you call your guides in?
Me? I literally put myself in that centered place and I either mentally or verbally call them, depending where I am. And then I wait. You can always feel them come in.
Shoot away, Lenore.
You can tell me about that after, Lenore. I like learning things I don't know. He's saying the banner's in the way. You can't see your boobs.
Yeah.
And he's saying it again.
And what's
I think everybody has healing abilities, at least healing for ourselves, Jody. We can all heal ourselves now, and I think everyone has healing abilities. So
yeah,
to some description.
It's just learning to channel that energy.
Yeah.
Yep. Lenore, you had a question for Tracey?
Frequency, geometrical pattern.
How do
I change my vibration when I'm having a crappy day? Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just have a crappy day. Generally, a shower will reset you. The having a meditation will always help in going inside, and if that push and pull of energy that I was talking about before, and clearing yourself always helps, and going outside always helps for me.
And music.
Animals. Yeah, music's a good one, yeah.
We've got Darth Goats asking, did you have to find a unique light language to be able to find out what healing is better for you?
No, I didn't. I do speak light language, but no, I was healing long before that came through. Brooke actually activated that in me. I don't think he knows he did that.
I'm still waiting to catch up.
And Michelle,
You'd be happy with what you're doing, Miss Muffer. Nailing it.
so
music, comedy. What are your daily routines?
My daily routines, I'm an Aries, I'm spontaneous, I'm not one for that sort of thing, but I do have a few daily things that I do. In the morning, I try and align my chakras. I don't always get time, I must admit, so I try and do it in the car, which really doesn't work well. Every night before I go to bed, I do I ams and I do gratitudes, what I'm grateful for the day, and what my I ams, which is I suffered with self-worth for a long time, so I do I ams every day to lift myself up. And then I do my house protection, so I bring the crystalline grid up over my house, so I clear my house with energy, white energy up and out, gold over. And then I have a prayer I say every night, a protection prayer. And that's about it for everyday things that I do ritually every day. Yeah. And I don't know that I use spiritual tools. What do you mean by spiritual tools? Like my crystals
Cards.
and things?
Yeah.
Crystals, cards. I've done runes for a while. I like witches' runes. Done that for a while. Started doing that. I have a crystal ball.
Naomi Weller is asking, what sort of crystals do you use for protection?
At the moment, I'm using chastolite. And I have a it's not tourmaline. I have my Tesla. I had not. What's the shiny black one? Onyx.
Obsidian.
At the moment, I'm using Onyx. Well,
Or like obsidian. Or onyx. Onyx is also.
Yeah, onyx, tourmaline, any of those. Yeah, but I'm using that one at the minute. I was using that to balance out this thing when I first started using it. The first couple of days, I needed that.
And what is that?
Moldavite.
What are you wearing there? Moldavite.
We've all got our. Oh God, where is it? That one.
Please don't go out and buy Moldavite until you know what you're doing, because it'll trigger you.
Mm-hmm.
Like I always wanted it, but I had to wait. I waited until I got a certain level that it just things start. You forget about things, and then the universe, when it's ready, when you're ready for it, it'll bring it back to you, and it will come up. I don't chase crystals anymore. They just sort of come to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I held on to a piece of Moldavite going back, let's say 4 to 6 months ago now, maybe.
Yep.
And I held on to it, and I became so ungrounded. It just I couldn't handle the energy from it. Yep. So I didn't buy it then. But then I've had this on since a week, and I've been in such a good place. Like it's working with me now because I've reached kind of the level that I need to be.
Yeah.
Okay, have we got any more questions before we wrap it up?
Hey, Emma.
G'day, Emma.
Oh, hello.
Okay, people, thanks for coming tonight. Thank you, Tracey, for being on our show. Where can people get hold of you, Tracey, if they want to know any stuff, want some readings, healings?
Inbox me on Heavenly Flow. Most people think I'm a friends list anyway that's in here.
Yep.
Yeah, Heavenly Flow. You'll get hold of me.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Tracey's links are in the show notes because this show will circulate among many people. And just let you know, people, that next week we have Paul Anthony Kappa on the show. He's a master practitioner of NLP, TLT, hypnosis, hypnotherapy, clairvoyant, medium, you name it.
I'm excited.
Healer, channeler. This guy does it all.
Oh,
He's a lot of
I'll be
study.
watching. I'll be
Yeah,
watching.
and I can't wait to have him on the show. It's going to be amazing. And the following week we have Misty, the medium.
Yay.
I think some of you already know Misty, and
I'm in
she's on
her
the 10th.
group.
Yep. Okay, so thank you very much for coming on the show, Tracey.
You're welcome.
You did really well.
And thank you for giggling behind the scenes, Carly.
Bye.
I can't help it. I can't wait.
And thank you, everyone, for coming to the show. Please join us next week for Paul Anthony Kappa. And yep, thank you so much again, Tracey. That was great to hear from you. People, just if you want to, in the show notes, contact Tracey. All the links are in the show notes, and you can get hold of anyone in case you want some healings or readings. She does do extended readings and goes deep into
really good readings.
you and your partner, and will find blocks in your relationship and real dig deep into what's going on.
Thank you, Karina. I can breathe again now. A lot of pressure involved in doing this.
So thank you, everyone. Thank you again, Tracey, and we will see you all. Well, we'll see you on our Sunday show, all of us. Sunday Chill for live readings and healings and extras. But for Soul Focus, we'll see you next week at the same time, 9:30 Adelaide time, and we're UTC 9:30. Please set up for notifications. Please subscribe, tick the boxes, and make sure you're going to get it. And we'll just remember we're on Twitch TV, YouTube, and at the moment. So, okay, stay tuned. I'll put adverts out for when the next shows are coming up. Thank you once again, people. Love and light. We all love you. And bye.